So building off that last search, the student affairs, success, and higher education, I'm going to go to the library homepage. As always, instead of using the default box for Articles Plus, I'm going to do an advanced search. Unfortunately, I have to log in and add my credentials, but you should be able to do this whether you're on campus or off campus as long as your account is up and running. So here we are waiting. Okay, so typically what I would ask you to do is, if you've already created this sentence, right? So what is the effect that student affairs has on the success of students in higher education? We broke that up into the three components. Now I would think each box would be considered a component of your research question, and you could always add more boxes if you needed to, or take away if you don't. So I'm going to start off and just do student affairs. You can see here that the database is helping me a little bit, so I'm going to let it. So student affairs or student personnel or student services, I have no idea if that's, since this is actually a fake thesis statement, but if it were a real thesis statement, you would make the decision of whether or not those terms are helpful or not, but then you could always add those extra terms back onto your Word document, so you're developing your research vocabulary. I'm going to do that. Student success. It's helping me out a lot here. Student success or academic achievement, academic performance, academic success, student retention. I'm just going to click on all of those just because this is a fake search and we want to get some results. Then at the bottom, higher education or college or university or post-secondary. Again, if you were actually doing this search, you would come up with those terms yourself and decide what to put in or what to take out. But as you're going through this, also add those terms back to your list, back to your Word document or wherever you're keeping that, so that you have access and you're developing that vocabulary so that when you jump back into this database or another database, you know what terms are going to get you to where you want to be. So I'm going to search. Okay. So you get the results. I think actually in another video I did this already, but as you start looking down, you could, for example, add these terms to your vocabulary. I think school holding power probably was already in there, but learner engagement, student recruitment, all of these terms could be terms that then you could go back up to the top and add another or. So when there's an or, that means you'll take any article that has this topic or this topic or this topic and this topic or this topic and this topic. So what you're doing is creating those Venn diagrams. So you don't just want student affairs, you want where student affairs matches up with student success. And then you're adding that third piece down at the bottom of higher education. I hope that's as clear than mud, and reach out to me if you need anything else.